I just wanted to release a really quick video on how to do Instagram Reels for small businesses. So I've been chatting with a lot of my supplier friends in the wedding industry, and a lot of them are saying that they'd love to know how to do Reels better and how they can use it for their own business. And I would highly recommend that if you are a small business on Instagram, that you do use Reels, because the reach is so much better than your average post or story. And if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and hit like and share this video if you enjoy it, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so what are Instagram Reels? They are between 15 and 30 second, very little videos that you can edit actually in Instagram. You don't have to have any prior knowledge of how to edit videos. You don't have to have software on your computer. You don't have to have a separate app. You can edit the video inside Instagram. You can put as many filters as you like on it. You can put text on it, all that sort of thing. So it's actually a really brilliant thing that we can use as small businesses to promote ourselves. And I'd highly recommend that you do one of two things with your videos as a small business. A lot of people use the videos to just be entertaining, or if you're an influencer, you might want to do videos of you changing into different outfits, and these are the sort of things that we see come up on our Reels feed all the time, or the silly things like animals doing something funny. But if you're a small business, unless that's particularly in your branding where you are a silly person and you kind of advertise that as your character, or you're somebody who's a bit of a comedian, and you advertise that as your character and your branding as well. Unless you are that, I'd recommend that you stick to either being educational or informative. Now, when we're looking at informative, if you are a creative business, I would definitely go ahead and do something like behind the scenes type things. How do you make something? Say you make clothing. You'd start off with a video clip of buying the material, then cutting the material out, then popping it under the sewing machine, then ironing it, then the final piece. That sort of thing, so that your audience can see that process of you making it from scratch, and they actually get an idea of how much work goes behind each item, and they can see the value of your items. So that's giving your audience a reason to go ahead and buy something, because they're going to see that it genuinely is handmade, it genuinely is you making it, and they can see the quality and the time that goes into it. Another thing that would be informative is maybe just explaining little things about your business, explaining how your ordering process works, how long it takes for something to come up. If you've got an offer coming up, advertise that, talk about that, or show them that. Those sort of things are informative. And then educational is teaching people to do what you do. And I definitely do that with my Reels. I only have a few Reels up on my Reels tab on Instagram at the minute, because I've actually deleted a whole load, because I've decided I want to go very much down the educational route. So teaching other photographers and having kind of giving them little tips of what to do, all that sort of thing. So go ahead and check out my Reels tab if you're interested in looking at how to do this a bit further. But those are the kind of two ways that I'd recommend that you do it for your small businesses. Either informative, so you're showing an offer, showing your behind the scenes, showing how you do something, or an educational, you're giving other people tips of how to do what you do. Okay, my next tip is, before you even open the app, make sure that you've got planned what you want to do. So if you are planning on doing a reel where it is clips of kind of from the start to the end of a product being made, then you want to plan out what the clips are, because you don't want to miss out on a little section because you've forgotten to plan it out. So just literally, it doesn't take a lot of planning, but just jot it down on a piece of paper, jot down, shot of the material, shot of cutting the material, shot of sewing the material, shot, that kind of thing. Just so that you know exactly what you want to put within your reel. And then if it is something that's going to take a few days to do that particular reel, because it takes you a few days to make that item, then make sure that you download the video. So if you film that clip, yes, Instagram does save that reel, but you might decide you want to do another reel in between. So make sure that you download those videos onto your phone, so that when it comes to creating the reel, you've just got all the little clips on your phone and you can upload. Okay, so let's now just dive straight in how to actually physically make the reels. And I'm going to show you me making a really simple reel, and I'll pop it up on my feed as well so that you guys can see. So first off, I recommend that you make sure that you've got somewhere to put your phone that it's not going to fall over and that you're going to be able to keep it steady. It doesn't have to be as elaborate a setup as this is. Obviously I'm on YouTube, so I have kind of a bit more kit than most people would have. But you can buy a really simple kind of phone stand that's got little flexi legs on Amazon for like $5.99. And I will pop a link in the description for one that I found on Amazon that is really cheap and it will just do the job for you. Okay, so once you've got your setup, what you want to do is make sure that your background's nice and clear. I've not got loads of clutter behind, and if I actually turned the camera around to that side of the room now that you can't see, you've got my sofa and my dining table pushed right up and a bit of mess. So you want to make sure the background of your videos are nice and clear so that the sole focus is whatever you are showing them. Okay, so once you've decided exactly what you want to do a video on, you are then going to go into the Instagram app. And in Instagram, as you can see, one of my reels was just playing there. You click the little plus button in the top right hand corner and then you choose reel at the bottom. So now you can see my lovely face, hello. So as a photographer, I know that videos and photos of people are so much more attractive if they are from slightly above or at least directly the same height as a person. You don't really ever want a video of somebody, especially if you're just standing there talking, you don't want a video of you kind of faced from below because all it's going to do is enhance those lovely double chins. So you want to have a slightly more attractive kind of figure. Just raise that camera up slightly higher and it just kind of gives that much more flattering angle of your body and of your face. So then once we are in Reels, there are so many different options that we've got, and this feels very strange that I'm talking to you on this camera and this camera, but I will just keep going. So what you want to do, especially for small businesses, I would recommend that you make the most of the time that you've got. So I don't ever do a 15-second reel. Yes, if you were just doing a really quick, like this is a transformation or whatever, and you had a little video of like, this is what it was and this is what it is now, maybe the 15-second one would work well. And if you want to do that, go ahead. Have fun with it. But for me, because I'm doing more like kind of educational tips, I stick with the 30 seconds and make the most of that time that I have. And yes, I do speak quite fast, and that is an advantage within Reels because you can fit more in. So if you're not used to talking to the camera, and definitely if you're not used to speaking fast, I would recommend that you kind of script your Reels a little bit, especially if you're talking, not just showing something, so that you know exactly what you're going to say before you go ahead and do it. And like I say, you just have to film tiny little clips, so they're not, you don't need to worry about remembering what you have to say. Say you're doing one sentence. If you go and check out my Reels, I've got some videos where they are 5 non-gear items that I have in my camera bag. So literally I'm picking up a pack of plasters and saying, 1, plasters, in case anyone gets a blister. And then I'm stopping, and then it goes on to another clip. So you don't have to be good at memorizing lines or anything like that, but I would recommend that you write down exactly what you want to say. So we're going to go ahead and click that one on the left and change it to 30 seconds like I just did. And then you have the options of putting music to your reel, and you can go ahead and do that and scroll through and pick music. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I'm just talking, you don't have to have music. Sometimes music enhances, but also sometimes it distracts. So don't worry too much about the music side of things. Then the next little button down is time. So how fast the video is playing. So if I choose to click ×2, that's going to speed me up. So if you're filming a little bit of a process of you sewing something on a sewing machine, like going back to the clothing idea, that would be really useful because it's just going to speed it up so you can fit more into that kind of small little clip. Okay, so you've chosen that. For me, I'm going to keep it at ×1 because I'm going to be talking, so I don't want myself to be talking like really, really fast. That was pretty good, wasn't it? So that's how you do that. And then you've got your filters, which are the same as Instagram stories or anything like that. So I can choose my makeup face filter. That's a little bit over the top for me, but you know what I mean. So you can choose one of your filters and you can stick that. Yes, I will say to you guys, because I've made this mistake before and it's really frustrated me, every single time you do a video clip, you do have to reset the settings. So once you've set, say I've chosen this filter and I film a little clip now, when it goes on to the next clip, it won't save those settings. So you need to go back to the filter that you chose originally and film that clip as well. Okay, and then this is what I would say is the most essential thing that you need to use for creating successful reels, and that is the timer. So what it does is it has a little 3-second countdown. You can put more if you need to kind of go further away from the camera, but I tend to keep it for 3 seconds because I am literally this close to the camera. And then you choose how long you want to do that clip for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my clip for 5 seconds. And I tend to find that 5 seconds is enough for me to introduce my video. So I can say, I'm just going to give you 5 tips on how to take better photos. Okay, and that is the tip. So I will do that video for you today, and hopefully you'll find the tips really helpful as well, because it relates to doing videos and reels as well. Okay, so I'm going to do this little, just literally show you my step-by-step how I'm going to make this reel, and I will post it probably a little bit later on whenever I release this YouTube video so that you guys can see. So I have written down my little game plan, as you can see. So it's how to take better photos for your phone. I've actually done a YouTube video that is far more detailed on this, so if you guys are interested in taking better photos with your phone for your business, then go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel because you will find that really helpful. But these are my tips. Okay, so I've written down what my tips are. It is going to be a super quick video. I'm not going to have a chance to explain each tip, but it is a super quick 30-second video to give everybody tips on how to take better pictures with their phone. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I've set my little timer to 5 seconds. I'm going to introduce it within those 5 seconds, and it means that I don't have to press stop, and I don't have to edit out my finger coming towards the phone to press stop. Okay, so I'm going to introduce it, and then I'll show you the next parts. Five tips on how to take better photos with your phone. Okay, so there you go. I've filmed that little clip. If you want to see where your clips are, you just have to click this left-hand arrow and it goes back to where it is. There you go. And you can also edit those individual little clips. So I'm going to go again, film the next clip. I'm going to click my little filter and find the same filter that I used, which was my Georgia-Beth filter here, Natural Glow. And then I'm also going to get my timer, and I'm going to kind of just give myself another 5 seconds for my first tip. And this totally depends on what you are doing for each of your tips, how many seconds you need, all that sort of thing. But I'm just going to try and fit it into 5. If it doesn't fit into 5, then that's fine, we'll just try again, and you can delete. I'll show you how to delete them. So I'm going to 10 seconds. I've already done 5 seconds. This is now going up to 10 seconds, so I'm adding another 5 seconds. Set the timer, and my first tip is to make sure that your background's nice and clear, which is what I just showed you about this video. Okay, so tip 1, make sure that you've got a nice clear background. Okay, so that's my next one. And then we're going to move on, and I'm just going to literally keep doing this. So I'm not going to walk you through each of these steps. I'm just going to get it done quickly, and then we'll move on what to do next. Okay, so once you've got your reel and it's all done and you've trimmed all the bits, if you wanted to trim them, you can go in here and add some text, and you're able to set the timing for the text. So all I need to do, same as it with Instagram stories, the right hand top corner, decide to write whatever you want to write. So I'm going to write the title of this for now. So I'm going to say, and obviously use whatever you normally use in your branding to highlight that. I'm going to have that nice and high up there, and then I want to be able to make sure I've got nice space to put all the other text. And this, I do literally want it to be playing the whole way throughout, so I know that it's all the way throughout, but you can actually adjust the time span of this particular piece of writing. And I'm going to get my little sheet of tips that I wrote down originally, so that I make sure that I'm writing the tip exactly the same way I'm saying it, so that I don't have to keep turning it up and replaying it. So tip 1, somewhere like this, and then I can decide how long I want this to be. So I've clicked on that piece of writing right now, and I'm going to just have it for my tip 1. So Can you see where I'm adjusting how long it's going to be on there for? So that's my tip 1's gone there. And I'm going to actually put it all the way to the end, but it pops up at that time. So it's not there at the beginning, and then it goes dark when it gets to the point where it's on. Okay, so tip 1, clear background. I need to adjust it to be at the beginning of tip 2. So it's going to go there, tip 2, line up the background. And I'm going to do that for all my other tips, so bear with me while I do that. So once I've done that, I can share it to my Reels, and then you can also choose your phone cover. So you can choose a section from your video, but you can also add from the gallery. So I tend to design a little cover in Canva and do that, which I haven't done yet obviously for this, but I will design a cover, click the cover, and that would be, and then all you need to do is write your caption and share. And you can share it too, so you can share it on your feed, or you can just keep it in the Reels tab. You can share it to your stories. It's totally up to you how you do it. I do recommend that you make sure you put all your hashtags on there, the same as you would with any post. But that is literally it. That's all you do. So, and also if you want to make sure that you've saved it, in the middle of the top of the screen, it has a little download button. Click download so that you've got it saved onto your phone, and that is literally it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that really quick video on how to make Instagram Reels. If you've got any more questions, make sure you pop them in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Know that I'm always cheering you on, and if you are a new small business, then go ahead and pop your Insta in the comments below as well, because I'd love to follow you. Take care of yourselves, and I'm always cheering you on.